All right, I'm going to have you guys open up back to your homework from last night, page 285. We're going to do a couple problems on there that we did not do as our homework. So today we're kind of going to focus on not only just getting more practice with multiplying mixed numbers together, but we're going to add a few word problems in there too. So we're going to start on problem number 7 on page 285, and we're going to do this one together. And then we'll do a couple other problems on this, and then the page before this, and then I will give you your homework. So today's lesson is one that you already, sorry, had to pause for that. Today's lesson is kind of a repeat of yesterday, but we're going to be just practicing more with it. So let's look on page 285, number 7. A carp can travel at a speed of 3 7/10 miles per hour. At this rate, how far can a carp travel in 2.5 hours? So if they can travel 3 7/10 miles per 1 hour, but they're traveling for 2.5 hours, that means we need to multiply these two numbers together. So if we multiply them, we get 3 7/10 times 2 1/2. Again, we have to change each of these mixed numbers to an improper fraction, and then multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators together. So 10 times 3 is 30. 30 plus 1 is 31. 31 tenths times 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 halves. Now we can simplify these two together beforehand. 5 can go into each of these. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. That makes this multiplication across the top a little bit easier. 31 times 1 is 31. 2 times 2 is 4. Now we have to flip this back into a mixed number. So I'm going to pull out as many 4s as I can. I know that 7 times 4 is 28, and that's as close as I can get. So 7 is going to be my whole number, and that means I'm pulling out 28 fourths. So now I have to subtract 28 from 31. So 31 minus 28 is going to give me 3 left over, and my answer is 7 3/4. But because this is a word problem, we need a label. So at this rate, how far? So in our word problem, a lot of times you'll have to look at the last sentence. Find your question word, and usually, most of the time, your label is going to be the next word after that. Well, we're not going to write 7 3/4 far, but we know that it's a distance, not a time, that is going to be our label. So we see that miles is the distance we're talking about. So 7 3/4 miles is our answer. Okay. All right. Let's look at number 8. Juliet is making fruit salad. She purchased 9 2/3 ounces each of 6 different fruits. So that means, let's say she's including strawberries, apples, bananas, pineapple, grapes, and blackberries. She bought 9 2/3 ounces of each one of those. So think of a jug of each one of those, or a little container of each one of those, 6 different containers that all have this many ounces of fruit in it. How many ounces of fruit did she purchase in total? So that means we're going to do 9 2/3 times 6. So we need to change 9 2/3 to a improper fraction. 3 times 9 is 27. 27 plus 2 is 29. So I know I have 29 thirds times 6 over 1. I need to make this into a fraction. So I can simplify ahead of time these two. This becomes a 1. This becomes a 2. Now we multiply straight across. 29 times 2. Well, I know 29 is really close to 30. 30 times 2 is 60. But I know I have to subtract 2 because I'm adding 1 to each set of 29 I'm working with. So my answer is actually 58. 58 over 1 times 1 is 1. 58 over 1, well, this is kind of easy. We don't have to really change this into a mixed number. This is a whole number because our answer, or our denominator, is 1. So 58, let's look at the last sentence. Find your question word, how many ounces. Ounces is abbreviated like that. Ounces is our label, and that would be our answer. Okay, now I'm going to flip back to this problem here. Number 4 in the guided practice on page 284. Melanie is training for a track meet. She ran 2 1/4 miles 5 times this week. How far did Melanie run this week? So our problem is going to be 2 1/4 times 5. Kind of the same setup as the last problem we did. We have to change this to an improper fraction, change this to a fraction. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. I have 9/4 times 5 over 1. Looking diagonally, or like a big X, I can't simplify any ahead of time, so I just multiply straight across. 9 times 5 is 45 over 4 times 1 is 4. So let's change this improper fraction to a mixed number. I can pull 4 out of 45 11 times, because I know 11 times 4 is 44. And there's only a difference of 1 between 45 and 44. So I have 1/4 left over. 11 1/4. How far? Well, far is miles again. So 11 1/4 miles is our answer. You are going to be doing your homework, page 287. The extra practice on page 287. Oops, sorry, you can't see it. Down at the bottom, just showing you the page number. The problems you're going to do on this page is 19, 20, 21, 22, and you're going to do 24. Okay, so you have problems 19, 20, 21, 22, and 24. Again, there will be a Google form attached to this to take a picture of the whole page from your name on top to the page number at the bottom and submit your work on there. Again, if you show work on another sheet, just make sure you take pictures of all the pages that you're using. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.